Good evening and thanks for joining us. New advancements in DNA technology and connecting a lot of dots led to the breakthrough in the yogurt shop murders. Today, officials provided a briefing on how they were able to identify the man they believe killed 4 girls 34 years ago and why they say this investigation is not over yet. Fox 7 Austin's Rudy Koski is live at APD headquarters with the story. Rudy.
I'm like, yeah, a lot of dots had to be collected to get us to this point today. This case, has been filled with years of heartbreak, missteps, and a long-running hope for some closure. Today, it appears that dedication, some science, and some luck have paid off. The Austin City Council chamber was packed Monday as Mayor Kurt Watson declared a long-running nightmare appears to be over.
This day has been a long time coming.
Watson spoke similar words back in 1999. That's when he announced the arrest of 4 men for the 1991 murders of Amy Ayers, Jennifer Harbison, her sister Sarah, and Eliza Thomas.
Today, we finally get to hear those words.
But the charges eventually fell apart. Now, 34 years later, in a case known as the yogurt shop murders, Robert Eugene Brashers has become the new prime suspect.
Brashers died by suicide in 1999 after a standoff with police in Missouri. And his DNA has since been, and before this connection, he has been connected to murders and rapes across the country.
Those other cases help provide the break investigators in Austin have waited 3 decades for.
The detectives back then had the foresight to go ahead and collect what evidence they could.
During this briefing, lead APD Detective Dan Jackson noted a lot of important clues were washed away when a fire was put out inside the yogurt shop. But a recent analysis of a shell casing that was found in a drain sent Jackson and his team on an unexpected journey to Kentucky, where a link was made to a 1998 cold case there.
We flew up to Kentucky to review our cases with their detectives, and the murders did share similar details.
The matching bullet casings were fired from a .380 pistol. Brashers reportedly had that kind of a gun when he was arrested near El Paso shortly after the yogurt shop murders. But the gun was never turned over to APD.
We don't know why he was in Austin. We have found no connection to Austin. Why he took this route, we may never know.
New advancements in analyzing DNA evidence have linked Brashers not only to the cases in Kentucky and Austin, but also crimes in South Carolina and several in the Mid-South.
I am confident in the totality of data generated to date because it has remained consistent. The DNA story never changed.
The evidence so far has not found anything to connect Brashers to the original suspects. But the breakthroughs may address whether or not he had help.
The surviving victims of Brashers' violence always reported he was alone when he acted. He never was known to have an accomplice. And we have a documented case, because they survived, where he was able to do a home invasion. He controlled 4 women alone, tied them up, and sexually assaulted one of them in 1997 in Memphis. So that's something he is able to do, is 4.
Yeah, but that right now isn't definite hard proof that we don't have an accomplice. And one of the reasons why investigators say that they're still working this case, there's still a lot more dots to connect. And it's also why Travis County District Attorney Jose Garvin said until questions regarding an accomplice are fully answered, he will hold off on issuing an apology to the original 4 suspects. Mike?
Rudy, the DNA that investigators use is not the type that we typically hear about in trials. Does that mean that this isn't a sure lock on the identification of this suspect?
Yeah, we commonly hear about DNA, and it is a lockdown, it's a hard, it is this guy, but that's not what this DNA is that they found, as they refer to as the YSTR, that Y strand. It's usually, we're told, only good for male, well, not only, it is only good for male subjects and not for women, and it's typically issued and used to eliminate suspects, not necessarily to identify and find a suspect. But we're also told that Brashers has a rare strand of this YSTR, and that's why this unique marker is being used to help link him to possibly several more unsolved cases. Mike?
Okay, Rudy, downtown for us. Thank you for that.